What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for a whole new episode review of Insecure. I hope everyone has been doing well. I hope everyone's spirit is been trying to come up or whatever. But this is our little escapism as I have to start off. So we're just gonna get right into it because this was another good episode. To be quite honest, this whole season has actually been really, really good. Like, it has not been a down point for me. Each episode I feel like has been getting better and better and better, and especially these last few episodes. Listen, I'm so glad that the episode kind of went the way that it went, in the sense that they didn't rush to get these people, Issa and Molly, back together, and having them being like, oh yeah, we goody two shoes, and we friends again and all this stuff, and girl, let's go ahead and do what we used to do and everything like that. Because then I would have been like, okay, this is rush, what we missed in the middle, this is not how friendships work or whatever. But okay, let's just get into the episode. It's episode 9, season 4, Lowkey Trying. All right, so the episode starts off, y'all. And Issa and Lawrence is still fucking around. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Lawrence Hive is about to be up in my goddamn comments because, first of all, I mean, we got one more episode, so anything can happen. Y'all was in my comments last week talking about Condola might be pregnant or whatever. And I said, why y'all wishing that shit out there? Don't put that up in the universe like that, okay? No, don't do that, all right? But Lawrence and Issa Hive together, the couple Hive. Y'all probably at home like, yes, bitch, I knew it. My motherfucking couple back together. Yeah. Girl, fuck y'all. Nah, let me stop playing for y'all. Come for me in my comments like, bitch, why you don't want to see Black Love together? You don't want to see them together. No, it's just that I feel like they should just progress further, and I feel like it's just gonna be too good to be true. That's what I'm feeling like. When Molly was in that therapy session with the Dr. Rhonda, and she said she just felt like something is gonna happen. She waiting for something to happen that's bad or whatever. That's what it feel like with Issa and Lawrence at this point, because I'm like, they're in this like honeymoon stage of starting over again, and everything is all blissful or whatever. It's been a few days, probably a couple of weeks or whatever. We don't know the time frame, but obviously it's been long enough, because when the episode started out, they fucking, they talking, they on that couch, they cuddled up, like they been coupled up for a while, and they getting to re-know each other, and it's like they falling back into that lovey-dovey pattern. Okay, awesome sex scenes. I will say this once again. Listen, I don't care if I don't want them back together. But when they are together, the chemistry, you cannot deny the chemistry. The chemistry is there. Like, if I was to find out, even though, I believe Issa probably in a relationship and we don't even know about it. But I know Jay Ellis, he in a whole ass relationship, probably married, and he just got a new baby or whatever. If they were single, both of them, and them two was to get together, link up, I would be here for it, because it just worked. The chemistry would be there, and that's some good acting right there. When you can display that chemistry on screen and y'all not even kicking it like that, that's some good acting, and that's what I will say. Same thing with Molly, and shout out to Molly, okay, Yvonne Orgy. She had her comedy special, Mama I Made It, came on last night, and it was really good. I was laughing and smiling nonstop, okay, and it was some relatable content, even though she was talking about her Nigerian background. It was still relatable on some fronts, and it was still funny to me. So congratulations to her on that. But back to Issa and Lawrence. I don't want them to get back into this habit of them being together and then something come through and fuck it up, okay? And Nathan look like the thing that's gonna come fuck it up, all right? And I just don't want that to happen. Ooh, nose itching. And then, I said, they should have put some India Ari playing on. I love your brown skin. Okay, y'all really tried India Ari and Chris Tucker this weekend. India Ari said no. We ain't finna do that. All right. But anyway, They sitting on the couch or whatever, they talking, and then they trying to figure out this song or whatever that's playing. Issa trying to figure it out. She get a text message from Nathan, and at first I was like, is this a dream? Is this a dream that has come reality? Okay, like I said, what is going on? I was not the only one who thought that Issa was gonna wake up and she was gonna be doing something else, or it was probably Lawrence that was hoping for something like this, because we haven't seen that in this season yet. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, it was real. Okay, she looking up a song. She trying to look up a song, and she get a text message from Nathan. She's supposed to be going over there to Nathan's place to help him move out of the place that he shares with Andrew to his new place. Okay, cool. So what I appreciate about this scene is the fact that she did bring up, she's trying to start it off on a good foot. Whatever it is that they're going to eventually figure out what they are. She even asked Lawrence, what are we? He said, whatever it is that you want to be, you know, because she did bring it up to him about Nathan, saying that he was a friend. He was somebody that she used to mess around with, you know, at one point when they broke up or whatever. And he was understanding to that, because why be mad? Why be mad? I fucked around with a whole bunch of women too, and you can do whatever you do, and we weren't together. So I appreciated the response and maturity of that whole thing. And so, you know, she made sure it was okay. He was cool with it. And, you know, told him that, yeah, I'll come over there and pick you up or whatever. I mean, help you out or whatever. You know, they making jokes, and just their jokes, their chemistry. Like, nobody gets each other like Issa and Lawrence gets each other. Like, their chemistry is unmatched, like I said before. I stand that. I stand that. I just don't want them back together, because I don't want this shit to fuck up. I really don't, okay? But because I don't want them to get comfortable and shit to happen, and then we be upset again. You know what I'm saying? And so we move on to Molly being at Dr. Rhonda's at her therapy session. Okay? And once again, see, Molly is the type of person that really feels as though everybody did her wrong. Everybody did her wrong. She don't see her part in anything that led up to whatever happened. Like, she's 100% innocent. She's an angel in this whole situation. And everything is everyone else's fault except for hers. She bears no type of responsibility. All right? Dr. Rhonda is trying to make her see what's going on. And Molly is literally sitting there on that couch and putting everything on Issa. Trying to blame Issa for every fucking thing. This is my new relationship. I ain't never been this far in a relationship and all this stuff or whatever. And she come in trying to do this. No, Issa the one that needs to apologize and all this stuff and woo woo woo. And I'm sitting here like, Dr. Rhonda asked, do you see that you did anything wrong? She don't see that she did anything wrong. She said, do you think that you could have reacted differently? No, she needs to apologize. And I can't stand a person like that. And I've come across so many people like that. It don't make no sense. That's why, you know, I choose to stick to myself most of the time, because people can disappoint the fuck out of you. And it's just hard to open up to people. And then once you do, they do some fuck shit like that. Like, I just don't get it. Like, Molly really cannot look inside herself and say, hey, I bear some blame. You know, I fucked up. Maybe I did feel this way. And to be quite honest, how was Issa messing up your relationship? How was Issa messing up your relationship? I don't get it. Even if it would have fell through with Issa asking Andrew, how was that going to affect your relationship? Issa was not going to be mad at Andrew because Andrew tried. It wouldn't have been his fault because he tried. Okay? And why would she, as your friend, take that out on you or take that out on him when he tried? It was a favor. Not all favors come through. And that just shows how low that she thinks of Issa. How she wants Issa to be beneath her. Okay? She wants to be the saving grace. She wants to be the only one in this relationship, this friendship, to actually be doing good and to, you know, be carrying on. And it just really disgusts me to see that shit. Okay? Like, damn, get your foot off of her like that. Like, let her come up and be the person that she's trying to be. You complain about her not doing stuff. You complain about her being messy. You complain about her always coming over there to use you and all this stuff and woo woo woo. But now when she try to do something to get out of that shadow, you still got an issue with it. It's no pleasing Molly, okay? And Dr. Rhonda had to tell her, every time somebody do something wrong to you or whatever, that you claim they do something wrong, your daddy, Dro, Torian, even though you the one that did the shit to him. Most of these people, you entered into relationships with them willingly, okay, and you did something wrong that set this shit off, all right, and now they did something wrong to you in reaction or whatever. That's how you look at it, okay. And it's just like, what do you do? Okay, do you really want to have this friend not be in a relationship, or do you want this relationship? Okay, she had to read her a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Even Molly picked up on it. She was like, okay, read me about my life. You know, you have to understand that, you know, every action has a reaction, and every consequence has a fucking consequence as well. And you have to bear responsibility as well, Molly. You know, and she asked her, what does this relationship serve you with Issa? You know, because at one point she said Issa is her best friend. She said, let me rephrase the question. What does this relationship serve you in your life right now? Okay, so you have to think about that. Issa, she's at home, you know, she's actually doing some work or whatever. She's working on her new gig that she's trying to come through. She gets on the phone, she calls Amal, trying to get some advice about Nathan, and, you know, should she tell Nathan, should she still be friends with Nathan, is it gonna be messy or whatever. And, you know, she gets some information about that. And at one point, oh, we do have a dream sequence in this episode with Molly and Issa again, okay. She was sitting there and she was hovering over Molly's phone, whether or not to call her over her name, you know, and she decided, let me see. At first, we thought that, you know, she went on ahead and she called her, and it was like a little dream sequence as what if I call her type of situation, and this is what would have happened. She played that scenario out in her head because of where they're at, and she wound up calling, and you know, she wanted to talk to Molly about some stuff that was going on with work and with, you know, Lawrence and all that stuff. And then Molly took it as, listen to you trying to come back, and all of it is all about you. That's what it's ever about. And Molly snapped off. And so that kind of scares her away from calling Molly or whatever first to talk about that. But then she eventually do call Molly, and she, in my opinion, she was trying to break the ice, okay? And Issa did something that I wouldn't have done, because, bitch, at this point, it's over and done with. I feel like it's just over and done with, because I ain't got time to be playing to you. Like, bitch, you are so fucking narcissistic and everything. Like, your ego is so fucking huge. I can't be friends with a person like Molly that can't ever just take the responsibility and take their sides. And to be honest, I'm not 100% mad that Issa reached out, because somebody would have had to reach out, you know, and this is her way of trying to break the ice. But, you know, she left a message for Molly. They meet up at a diner, and instead of talking about what was going on, they talk about with their issues. They talk about other stuff that was happening and try to pick up like where things left off and stuff like that. And, you know, Kiki in and everything, and see Issa come there, and I feel like Issa was there trying to, like I said, break the ice before they get into the deep stuff, and trying to assess the situation to see when can she bring that situation up. Whereas Molly came there already thinking that Issa ain't shit. She really don't want to be there. She just dared to, you know, say that she showed up, and to see if Issa was going to apologize first. That's what she was there for, because it's all about her. She wants that apology first. She don't want to break that wall down and apologize for her actions. At this point, it don't matter who apologizes first. All you have to do is say, listen, I apologize for my part in it, because I know I was wrong, but let me tell you why I went the way that I went and how I feel the way that I felt, okay? Maybe I shouldn't have came at you on your block party day and messed up your event towards the end, but this is the reason why I did that. And maybe it was a little bit much, but I'm just telling you, this is why I snapped the way that I snapped. Nothing was wrong with that. But we're not going to ever get that out of Molly. She's too fucking headstrong. So they sitting there kikiing a little bit. And, you know, Issa already getting that vibe that Molly don't want to have that conversation. And you can get that vibe just looking at her. We already know just the way that she came in and all that stuff. And we realized that, you know, when Molly goes to Andrew's house and talking about what's going on, and talking about some. He was like, "We know you miss her. You know I'm on your side, but you could have brought it up. Like, you talking all this shit about her, and you got all these feelings, but you couldn't bring it up. Bitch, if it's something on my heart like that, I have to bring it up. I have to bring it up. I don't care if I'm the first at that point, or whatever. But if it's that much on my heart, and I feel that triggering about it, I have to bring it up just so it can get off my mind. So if I would have sat down with Issa, and I would have been Molly, I would have brought it up. I would have been like, look, girl, so I thought we was going to be up in here to talk, because at the end of the day, I want to be, I want to see if we can fix this, because I want you to understand exactly where I'm coming from. I was hurt. That's why I came at your throat the way that I came at your throat. And I feel like it was fucked up what you did. She could have came at her like that instead of doing what she always do, going and talking about it to everybody else. And I wasn't really here for that. Okay, you had so much to say about everything else, but you can't be the big bitch and go ahead and bring it up or whatever. You know Issa, how Issa is. But you got an issue with it. Issa could have brought it up too, but Issa probably was scared. Okay? Like, and I ain't trying to make an excuse, but Molly's just a bitch. Okay? Andrew, like, listen, I know you miss her. The only person that I miss is looking for the toy. Okay? That's it. I said, girl. And then when people trying to make amends or whatever to her for situations that they done wrong, we get another situation where I understand that she feels some type of way about Victor. And I'm not 100% mad at her about this situation with Victor. And I want to go to the, we're not initially wanting to see him, but he's offering a peace offering, okay, to, try to break the ice or to correct what he did, making her mad or whatever. And he's trying to rectify the situation. And that was an olive branch. That was something that I felt like she probably should have took, okay? And given that your man wanted you to do that or whatever, and you're trying to keep this relationship, I felt like she could have, let her wall, not necessarily let her wall down, but she still could have came there and went with her man just to support her man, okay? And maybe they could have talked it out then, you know what I'm saying? But of course, it's Molly, she's not going to do that. And that kind of made me feel some type of way. Issa talking to the little assistant about what they gonna be doing, her new project or whatever. She get on the phone with Lawrence, and Lawrence did say he had another interview that he had to go on, and he did tell her that it was good. I do love when Lawrence, I will give y'all this, I do love when Lawrence and Issa be cracking their little jokes with each other, because they get the jokes right away. Eventually she goes over there to Nathan's place and trying to figure out what to do, how to approach the situation, how to tell him stuff, and how she's supposed to, react with him. And they get there, it's awkward. I don't feel like it had to be awkward, but of course it's Issa, she made it awkward, so they get in there and they talking about stuff, what they gonna put up and all this stuff, and then Issa eventually gets around to telling, Nathan about stuff that was going on between her and Lawrence, and how she's back with her ex or whatever. And he said, you mean the one that you cheated on? I said, hold up. I heard it all in his voice. It was the tone. I said, don't tell me that you bothered. Okay, he was a little pressed because he went on and was like, man, that dude looked like he was playing some games. He got to get his shit together, whatever. He looked like he on some fugazi type of shit or whatever. I'm sitting here like, damn, you a little pressed because you want little Issa. You thought Issa was just gonna hang around or whatever. Issa said, well, at least I ain't just go ghost on nobody or whatever. And he had to get into the reason why he left, okay? And I'm like, how you putting all the shit on Lawrence? Because yeah, Lawrence had a big part to do with it, but Issa was the one that cheated. So I mean, come on. But anyway, he gets into his whole explanation a little bit further about the reason why he left. And, he was going through some stuff. He was feeling depressed. And when he went down to Texas, he went to go get himself checked out, and come to find out he was diagnosed as having bipolar, and that softened up Issa a little bit to that. But my whole thing is, he just really wasn't ready to tell anybody, and he had to figure out how he was going to tell people and which people to tell, okay, how they was going to take it or whatever. And I understand where he's coming from, but my whole thing is this. Even though he was not ready to tell anybody that he was bipolar, what he could have did to Issa, instead of having her hang around, lingering around and not knowing what was going on, a simple text message, even if you didn't want to get on the phone, a simple text message, or you could have told Andrew, listen, tell Issa this or whatever, or just hit her up on a text and be like, so, you know, I'm in Texas right now. I'm trying to figure some things out. And I'm not trying to leave you hanging or have you, out here looking stupid or whatever, but I don't know when I'm coming back, but I'm just trying to figure some stuff out. It's not you. It's really just me. And when I mean that, it's really just me. Literally, it really just me. And hopefully I'll be able to talk to you about it once I get my head straight. And you will understand that, but I'm not trying to have you lingering, have you hanging on or whatever. You could have did something like that. You ain't have to put out there that you was going through some mental stuff if you wasn't ready. Just a simple text message to say, but I get it. Sometimes when you in those modes, you don't want to talk to nobody. You get deep into yourself or whatever, so I get it. But on the other hand, I still feel that type of way, but I also get it, because I know somebody can be like, but sometimes listen, I've dealt with depression and I didn't want to talk to nobody and all that shit, but so I understand. But he was just trying to figure his stuff out. Molly, on the other hand, this is where shit gets real at the end of the episode. Molly has control issues. Molly comes in to Andrew's place. She was supposed to pick up some Indian food. She go pick up some other type of food. And, she was like, I didn't get the Indian food because, the last time they had this food or whatever and it wasn't right or whatever. But, didn't even tell Andrew, just went on the head and went on and got it. Okay. And I'm like, what if he really didn't want that? You know what I'm saying? But Andrew trying to keep the peace. And that is what Andrew was doing. Andrew, he has his way of trying to tell Molly, you need to go ahead and make the first step, or you need to try to do this and be okay with stuff. You need to try, okay? And he does it in a way that he's not blaming her for stuff, but he's trying to put it out there. Why don't you see it from somebody else's perspective? And he's doing it in a way that he's trying to stay neutral. I can kind of respect that, And this was one of those situations. They up there talking about the food and stuff that was going on, and Nathan and Issa wound up popping up to, get the last of the boxes of Nathan. And, Andrew looking at Molly like, go ahead, invite them. This is a chance to, try to mend fences or whatever, And so she said, yeah, y'all can stay if y'all want to for food. It was a little awkward at first. They was trying to get out of it, but then, they wind up staying. They having a good time. They're talking. They're kikiing. They're drinking wine. They're playing this game that Issa and Molly used to, made up. And you can tell that Molly and Issa misses each other by their conversation and talking about the memories that they used to have and, the games they used to bring up or whatever. And so at this point, while they're playing the game, it was a drinking game about, guessing a celebrity's height and stuff like that. They're talking and all this stuff. And, Andrew goes and the night was going fine. Andrew goes and gets some more wine or whatever. And we see Molly pick up her phone and she texts somebody. And next thing you know, we see Issa pick up her phone and it says, see, from Molly. See, I'm trying with her. Okay. And that text was supposed to go to Andrew. And so Issa's whole mood went down and she was like, you know what? She sent the text back and said, I don't think this was meant for me. And then she said out loud, I'm just going to go. Okay, I think I'm going to go. She leaves out the house and she's putting in her Uber. Molly comes out there trying to justify what she just did or whatever. And they get into this argument. And she was like, basically, you're not trying to fuck with me. She was like, I was trying to, you up here acting like everything is all good and everything, but it's really not. And you didn't broach the subject. She was like, I couldn't broach the subject because I was trying to feel you out because you was acting like you didn't want to. And that's the thing. That's how Molly gives off that energy. Okay. And so it was just like, it was so messed up at this point, and you can just feel it. Like, I was just sitting here like, we literally watching them break up. It was like, maybe, I don't need you in my life like that no more, okay? It was like, the block party. She was like, girl, it's more than the block party. It's this, it's that, or whatever. And I was like, damn, so you've been harboring all these feelings or whatever towards Issa? And my whole thing is this. If we are really friends and you call me your best friend, how come you can't call me out on my stuff? and I can call you out on yours. Why are you letting stuff build up and build up and build up? That ain't real. That's some fake ass shit to me, okay? If we friends, we should be able to talk. We should be able to comfort each other when we sad. We should be able to call each other out when we're wrong. We should be able to, cuss each other out and tell each other when we need to get our shit together and listen. That's what we supposed to be able to do. We ain't supposed to let stuff build up and build up and build up. What type of relationship is that? Okay? And then at one point, Molly was like, maybe, who you are at this point is not meshing well or whatever for who I am at this point. And I'm like, that was fucked up. That was real fucked up. Issa up here trying to get her life together, and instead of trying to, mend the fist, you put out there basically, maybe this ain't meant for us to be together no more. And the way Issa looked, Issa was so hurt because she wasn't expecting that. And at this point, Issa was meant because I've been in situations where you try and you try and you try. You think it's one way, but then it's another. And then when y'all confront the situation, you get presented with somebody saying some shit like that. And then you're just like, okay, fine. You have no more fight. No more fight because you feel that person has really showed you who they truly are and what you truly meant to them. And you just have no more fight. And when Issa said, okay, fine. Issa's eyes is literally, she's trying not to cry. But you can see it. You can hear it in her voice. You can see her eyes watering up. Molly barely had any tears or anything finna come out her eyes. But she's sitting there shocked that she would just go ahead and say, that's it. Because in Molly's head, she thinking that probably that Issa gonna beg her. Issa gonna beg her to be her friend again. And that's not what happened. And see, that's what Molly is learning. Things are not the same. You are 100% correct. Issa is elevating. Issa is trying to become the woman that she should have become. And she's getting out of the rut that she was in, and she's trying to become something, and you can't take it. She's not your footstool no more. And you can't take it. Baby, that shit, that ending scene hurt my heart. It really did. And I really felt bad for Issa. Fuck Molly, okay? But I really felt bad for Issa. Y'all put down in the comments and y'all tell me. And Molly just stood there like nothing. Like, bitch, you can show some type of fucking emotion like you heard of something. Nothing. I ain't feel nothing from her. Girl, anyway, y'all tell me. I ain't despised a character like this in a long time. Listen, Yvonne Orji and the people that are writing, Kerry Washington directed this episode too. The people that are writing on this show, keep it up because y'all are acting and getting it out there and I'm feeling it, bitch. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about this episode and I will see you guys later. Peace.